Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode where I cast your solo queue games. And today, we're casting one of my personal all-time favorite League of Legends streamers. He started out streaming all the way back in the day, I think it was maybe season 2. Rapidly, he got world-renowned, world-famous for his use of Elise, Kha'Zix, and I think it was Wukong. Back in the day, a very educational streamer, showing his viewers how to play and how to get better at the game. He rapidly grew, became very famous as a streamer, and was even signed by one of the all-time greats in ALCS teams, Team SoloMed, as the substitute jungler. Since then, I mean, quite a lot of things have happened to him. We had a face reveal. He has been in a couple of controversies, is that how you pronounce it? A scandal or two has probably happened throughout time. But I think it's still safe to say that this guy is one of the most, if not the most influential League of Legends streamer there has ever been to play this game. Probably attracting millions of people. Therefore, the guy we're casting today, and once again one of my all-time favorites, Nightblue3, today on Zac for Blue Team here, trying and hopefully showing us that his streaming career will eventually bounce back, because I think he deserves that. But yeah, that is the guy we're casting. Now let me just see if I can turn up the music here. Something like this. But yeah, he's playing the Zac, which is, I mean, he used to play Zac a lot of times back in the days also, and the only thing, or one of the problems there is when you play a champion like Zac, is that the meta around junglers at the moment is very much focused on fast clearing. You want to full clear, and then you want to gank if there is an easy kill, and otherwise you just want to recall, full clear again. I mean, you can play pretty much only for yourself as jungler at the moment if you are really a full clear champion, and that's the problem with Zac. He doesn't clear that well. However, right now it is 3 camps to 3 if you compare Nightblue to the red side Graves here, but I expect Graves to have a CS lead in a moment that should only grow throughout the game. But yeah, as Zac, however, you want to look for some ganks, you want to look for player 2, and if you look at your minimap, you already see Nightblue in the top side, probably in the bush right now, waiting for Aatrox to step forward. However, we also have a bit of action here in the bot lane. A couple of traces already happened. We almost saw a kill level 1, but Thresh missed the hook whenever they tried to invade. But yeah, we see Nightblue here standing, waiting, probably to try and engage with the elastic slingshot. Already we've got a plate here in the bot lane. Thresh dives the turret, and even though he ignites, he will go down himself, and that's the first blood for blue team, even though it was the red team trying to gank. And that's just not the start you want. However, again, we can't compare the jungler CSing already. Double CS lead for Graves. The gank top lane did unfortunately not work for our protagonist from this episode. But yeah, that is what we'll have to keep a lookout for when watching the Zac. It should be repeatedly ganks, maybe clear a camp or 2, and then just ganking again. Whereas Graves, we should see full clear into gank, into full clear, into gank, into full clear, to gank. Okay, Darius engages with the apprehend, up follows Nightblue, but it looks to me, wow, it almost looked that as Darius would just go down and Aatrox could escape, but it turns out to be a 1-for-1 in the end. I mean, not the best engage. You could say that Darius lands his apprehend, Nightblue also lands the elastic slingshot, I think, but there's just a lot of a difference in the health for the 2 top laners. So luckily for blue team, it ends up being a 1-for-1. You could also say it was a very good play by Aatrox, but yeah, it ends up being a 1-for-1. Oh, Kai'Sa steps right into a trap. It should probably go down. I think Caitlyn will get a return kill in the bot lane. Will also take down Maokai with the flash into Q. I don't quite think the flash was worth it, but okay, it did look Oh, some nice style points right there. In this bot lane, I mean, that's one of the things that a Thresh Caitlyn can't do. If he ever lands the death sentence or maybe a flay, he can use those abilities right into a Caitlyn trap, or I should rather say Caitlyn can place a trap under his abilities whenever he uses them. Then you can CC chain, you can get a couple of headshots in there and do a lot of damage. At the same time, the red team bot lane, when you are playing Caitlyn Thresh, you do have a lot of range. You also have great escape possibilities if the Thresh positions himself correctly, which is why I think that we saw Nightblue pathing topside, because bot side is just a really tough gang to get off early game, especially when the only kind of engage you have or setup in the bot lane is Maokai with his twisted advance, I think it's called, his W, which is decent enough. You can use your twisted advance into Q for some CC, but the problem is it's very low range. So if Caitlyn Thresh positions correctly, it's just difficult to pull off. Here once again, Graves has made his way down into bot lane after another full clear, connects the end of the line, but it looks like Maokai will escape here. Well, Nightblue, however, has also made his way down here and has also reached level 5, even though he's a couple of camps behind. So we could see some 3 versus 3 action. And I'll take a look at your minimap. Graves was just here, has now pathing mid back to his top side to take away his own red buff. But Nightblue has made his way into the bushes right here. And another problem with playing Zac is just, it's so hard to play against a Thresh if he doesn't use his flay, because he can play you out of your elastic free shot. But okay, oh, flash into. Okay, Maokai will take him down with the sapling in the bush. But what you saw is that as Zac, you wait for Thresh to use his flay, then you engage with the elastic slingshot. He hit Caitlyn with the first part of the Q and wanted to flash on top of Thresh to Q them together and to at least take Thresh down. Didn't get the Q combo off, but they do manage to get the kill anyway. So let's see here what happened. We have a ghost pop from Galio. Also a taunt, and it is 4 people of blue team on the Drake. Ooh, elastic slingshot misses. Q has hit the target, but it will be a 1-for-1 so far. Graves goes down, so does Maokai. Okay, red side, they do get 2 kills, and I think it's time to run right now. The passive has been popped, and I think Victor will also eventually go down. So that would be 4 kills for red team, completely overstaying their welcome. Blue team, after they got the kill, I mean, you can't just recall, start clearing from your top side down again. They got a bit greedy. They thought, okay, we killed the support, we can't take the Drake down also. But the problem is, you don't have a lot of DPS right now. The dragons suddenly have a lot of health after the last couple of patches. And yeah, they didn't have the time to get the Drake. They lose 4 members. And they only get 2, I think. And they don't even get the Drake. So that's a hashtag not worth it trade right there. And red team therefore starting to ramp up a bit of a lead. And this Caitlyn already looking dangerous, because we know Caitlyn early game, I mean, she's decent in lane. She can't be paired with the right support, and I definitely think that Thresh is one of those right supports. In the mid game, she's kind of, how was it Sinai said it back in the day, he's kind of as useful as nipples on a man. But yeah, if she can get a lot of gold, get those items and scale, that's when she will become good. And okay, a dive happened here. Kai'Sa hits level 6 and gets the return kill with the killer instinct. Will probably go down to Thresh. Yeah, flash into the flay to take him down, and that means it's 2 kills for red team. Okay, but Nightblue is here, should take down Thresh and will do with his ultimate. Let's bounce. So it ends up being a 2-for-2. I think the dive was a bit optimistic, I think, to say the least. But okay, it ends up being a 2-for-2. I even think Nightblue will take a plate here, which is okay. Obviously, you want the gold on your early carry, but Kai'Sa did at least get 1 kill. They also deny a wave or 2 from Caitlyn. So even though it is 5-1 Caitlyn now, okay, let's see what happens here in the top lane. He should be able to escape here, or will he? World Ender is popped. Dark Plate is also used, and with the collateral damage, Graves takes down the blue side top laner. has also taken Herald down, so they can look for a turret here if they want to. Then you have to push in the wave, you have to take at least 2 plates. Then while you attack and try to take down the 3rd plate, you can pop the Herald, because Herald does true damage. And you have to remember, turrets, they gain armor, magic resist the more plates you take in a row. So if you want to turn a kill into a whole turret, you have to at least take 2 plates before you pop the Herald. But okay, they settle for a kill and a plate. And here is Nightblue once again. Flay wasn't used that good so far. Oh, but Q's Caitlyn out of the lantern. That's just a good side play. Engages onto Thresh, Q's the Caitlyn, and waits for the second part of the Q until that she took the lantern. I mean, that's high elo play right there. And you see that even though Graves has a 4-5 camp lead, I mean, whenever you succeed with this early game impact that you can have a sack permagank, doesn't matter about the camp, doesn't matter that your clear isn't that fast, because you can help your laners. And I mean, his bot lane has had a rough time playing against this Caitlyn, but they have also got 5 kills down in that lane, partly because of that sack, because you see he's been in 5 kills, and I think 4 of them has been in the bot lane. We have the first blood in the top lane onto Aatrox, but otherwise great impact from the blue team jungler. Mid lane we haven't quite seen a lot of action, and don't expect it to. Obviously it's a Galio, so okay, it will be a 3 vs 3 down here. Oh, once again Thresh flays Zac out of his elastic slingshot, also misses the Q, but okay, let's bounce his use. Take down Thresh and also take down Caitlyn. It's good focus here. Graves engages gets the return kill with the collateral damage, and I also think this should eventually take down Maokai. But okay, here's Victor's also made his way down here. Is now taunted. Will maybe go down to the end of the line. Elastic slingshot connects, and eventually everyone backs up. What about top lane? Oh, flash darkened blade on top of Darius to take him down. It's a very spicy game. We're seeing here 22 kills in only 30 minutes, and we have to remember this is very high elo. We're talking challenger right here, so yeah, I mean, we like the entertainment. But yeah, it ends up being a good trade for blue team in the bot lane at least. Surprises me quite a lot, but I don't think that Thresh has been really on point with the flays onto the elastic slingshot engagement, because that's really a good way for countering this attack. I think he has hit them, but it's been just a bit too late after he already connected the elastic slingshot and got the knockup. We'll see right here. Okay, stunned by the gravity field. Once again, double Q combo will take down Thresh, and Aatrox will also go down. They simply chase too deep. I mean, before you know it, 4 members of blue team is there to pick up the 2 kills. And a very close game, 12 kills to 12. You could even argue that Zac has made his way back into the game in terms of just pure CSing. Around 2.5 camp behind now, but I mean, he has been in 8 of his team's 12 kills so far, so that's just pure jungle impact right there. Will also take away the blue buff. You could argue it would be better to give it to Victor, but okay. Who am I to judge? It's nice to get the experience. But yeah, right now the game is pretty slow. And I do think both teams can afford to let the game be slow, because they do have decent scaling. However, the later this game goes, it will definitely turn blue side favored, because the late game for blue side, for the blue team with Victor and Kaiser is just immense. And on top of that, you have a Darius who can just run people down in the late game with his ghost. So then again, you look at red team, you also have decent late game scaling with Caitlyn and with the Graves, but if you get really late, it's not really the strength of those 2 champions. You want to get a good mid to late game with Caitlyn Graves, so you want to force plays, which is probably why we're seeing such a bloody game right now, because if it just goes too late, it should be a pretty easy blue side win. But in the mid lane, red team, they should be able to do something if they play these team fights in a good manner. Or in the right way, I should probably say. First herald has already been taken. Graves now on the second will need to back off because he doesn't have the presence of the rest of the team there. But we see Thresh making his way down into the river. Caitlyn's also on her way, and so is Aatrox. So this could be another bloody fight. Graves steals the herald. Nature's Grasp is used. Flash into Twisted Advance. Okay, right on top of Caitlyn. Caitlyn will eventually go down, or will she not? She flashes away. Maokai is the first one to go down here for the blue team. And so is Thresh. So both supports going now here. Ghost has been popped for Darius, and that's a World Ender also used. Will, however, take him down. So blue team, they end up getting 2 kills. Maybe Graves will also go down. Yeah, I think he's also done. So again, blue team already starting to win these mid-game team fights, and that just spells trouble for red team. But yeah, they were there first. I mean, Graves, he stole the herald. He started up himself, but he didn't have the presence of his team. So blue team, they made their way up there. They got the river control, and it allowed them to set up for a great team fight where they almost took out the red team AD carry at this beginning. So she had to peel away. Gives them enough time to take over the team fight, to use all their abilities to get the damage down, and they end up winning the team fight, getting 3 kills against 1. And yeah, this is starting to spell a bit of trouble for red team. Now it looks like they could lose the second Drake of the game. No, Nightblue has made his way out of the Dragon Pit. But yeah, again, as red team, you want to abuse this mid-game power spike that you have with a decently CS Graves and 3 kills on top of him. What you can say is, I mean, it's difficult for these red team players to ever get in range of damaging. I mean, again, Caitlyn making her way onto 2 items. Okay, Thresh walks into a Chaos Storm and just is completely blown up. But yeah, it is difficult for these red team members to contribute with the damage that they have. I mean, Graves, very low range hyper carry, and playing into a sack, into an apprehend, into a gravity field, and into a Maokai. It's just a lot of CC to take you out as soon as you step close enough to, let's say, the likes of a Victor, so that you can try and one-shot him, two-shot him, as you want to do. So it is looking really good for this blue team. We have a 2k goalie right now, which isn't that much, but again, they scale really well. They have good range, they have good CC, they have a very good team fight composition, and already on 2 Drakes. So yeah, maybe in 4 or 5 minutes we will see the Drake point, or the soul point. Okay, let's see. There's almost walks into a taunt here. Blue team will pressure the mid turret here, and they will get their second turret of the game. Also looks like, if you take a look at the minimap, Victor should be able to take down the first bot tier turret. At least for blue team here in this game. That should be all outer turrets down for blue teams. Double Drake control, 2 items on your Kai'Sa, the collector has been completed. You do have the Sunfire Aegis on Zac. I mean, a lot of big spikes has already been completed. And what you can also do on a champion like Zac, if you take a look at the build, is that, well, yeah, he is a tank and you should build him full tank, but if you have a decent early game and you suddenly return, you have 350 gold, 380 gold, what you can do is you can buy a Dark Seal as Nightblue has done here, because it just is so cheap compared to what you can get out of it if you have a good game, a good early game. And you see right now it's already 10 stacks, which means a lot of AP, a lot more damage for this Zac whenever he goes in. And also they synergize very well together with the lucidity boots that has become very popular to build on tanks, because you Ooh, you get to use more cooldown, which means more damage. And Graves here steals away the red buff. I think will go down to Nightblue. So much for that invade. Once again, Flash Darkened Blade on top of Darius to take him down. And even though Darius has a huge CS in the top lane, I mean, in the Iceland 1 vs 1, it has been very Aatrox favored. But yeah, Caitlyn also here in the mid lane, we saw narrowly escape, take the Lantern out. And we already see some pinks coming down onto the Baron. Has just spawned like 30 seconds ago. But, I mean, it's kind of dangerous. They do take it decently fast with Kai'Sa. There's also a good chunk of DPS or burst if the Victor gets into the pit, but it looks like he will just try and zone. And red team, their jungler, he cannot make it to this Baron, so it will just be a Baron steal. Didn't he have the smite available? I don't. Oh, Nightblue didn't have the chilling smite available, and I didn't quite see if it was a blind steal from Galio or if he had vision. But red team, they steal away the Baron, and that's at least a little comeback opportunity for red team here. They can now try and turtle the game a bit, slow it down, and see if they can get anything out of this mid lane. Maybe try and contest the next dragon. Otherwise, it would have spelled trouble once again if blue team had gotten the Baron for themselves. But okay, they steal away the Baron. Oof, and engages with the Justice Punch, taunts Maokai. This should maybe be a kill. Nature's Grasp has been used. A hook onto to Kai'Sa, slightly misses, but Caitlyn will take down Maokai with the ace in the hole. And blue team, are we starting to see a bit of a throw here? Still has a 1.5k gold lead, so I mean, they have got that going for them, and they still have great scale. Okay, that's how you want to use the play right here. Double Q has been used though, standing right in the middle of the Chaos Storm. Thresh is already gone down, so has Aatrox. That's a lot of damage coming out from this Victor already, I think. Paired up with the Kai'Sa, who also engages with the Killer Instinct. I think 2 kills, 2 return kills, 3 return kills. Caitlyn also goes down. Once again, great engage from Nightblue to take, or to find her once again with the Elastic Slingshot. And that's now 3 kills. And again, it's just so tough for red team to play these team fights, because there's so much CC, and when you have a lot of CC and can just pair it up with the use of the Chaos Storm from Victor, or all the split damage that Kai'Sa can do, I mean, it's just so much burst and DPS. So they take the 3rd Drake of the game, blue team. They have great game. They are now on soul point with a 4k gold, 3k gold lead. Oof, Apprehend slightly misses onto Graves, allows him to escape, but yeah, it's not looking too good right now. What's good for red team, they do have a lot of vision, and I think they should be able to take down the mid turret right now. So they do get a bit of gold back for themselves. Now looking to counter jungle a bit, maybe get some vision into the top lane and look for the top lane tier 1 turret. And this is actually some pretty good macro. I don't think they will get the turret, because blue team, they should have time to make their way up here and maybe contest the team fight. But okay, Kai'Sa has just recalled, so maybe they should be a bit careful going for this fight without having Kai'Sa there. Okay, engages again with the Electric Seizure. Once again takes Galio out of the Lantern with the 2nd use of the of his Q. I mean, it's just a performance from our protagonist Nightblue3 here, showing that kill participation is way better than the fast clear time as Graves has. Oh, okay. They will maybe get a return kill. Okay, trade 1-for-1 here. Thresh can take it down. No, attacks the ward instead, but okay. Ends up taking it down. Needs to flash away from the Elastic Slingshot, and now Aatrox is a bit caught out here. Stunned inside the gravity field. Lantern used once again. Flay also connects. Whew. And they make it out. 1-for-1 in that particular little trade right there, but Yeah, red team, they overstepped. They tried to go for the top tier turret, top tier 1 turret, even though they didn't have the vision necessary to know if blue team was contesting or just letting them have the turret. Galio ends up going down, so does Graves, I think it was. And I mean, it's looking a bit like jungle div, to be honest. Also kind of a mid lane div, but I think it's safe to say that most of it comes from this sack. He has been 17 out of 23 kills, all 3 drakes to himself. Yes, he did have a Baron stolen from him. Yes, he did have a Rift Herald stolen from him. You could argue that's definitely not what you wanna have going for you as a jungler. But all in all, I think it has been a decent performance so far, and they are looking to prep for this next Drake that is soul point for blue team right now. So you want to get a couple of wards into the enemy side bot side jungle, and then either look for a pick or a good team fight whenever they try and contest vision for the Drake, or you just want to take the free soul if red team decides to just give it up. Right now we're in a bit of a limbo, not much happening. People just kind of waddling around. But yeah, you want to try and get some pressure in the lanes also, which allows you to invade the enemy team jungle and get the vision down. Push up mid lane, get your bot lane pushing also, so that you can follow your waves up and you can make your way into the jungle of the enemy team. And I mean, for the next fight, we should probably look at Victor. Has completed his death cap. It is a 3-item Victor with Magic Pen Boots. And here is Zac. Okay, misses the elastic slingshot. No one has gone down so far. World that has been popped. Flash into Dark Blade, misses. I think nothing really comes from good comes from it for red team. Aatrox goes down. Okay, they do get a return and also Maokai. That does actually look like a pretty good fight. Even Zac passive has been popped right here. Ooh, Caitlyn completely blown away, and Zac will not go down. That's a very tanky couple of blobs right there. And we also have a Magias on Nightblue3. I didn't even notice that. I mean, that's also a lot of AP damage coming out here from the blue team jungle if he lands his abilities. And they narrowly manages to win that team fight. It was a bit too close. I also think both team didn't really do a good job of engaging. Aatrox alone. Blue team, they did miss a lot of their abilities. You can talk about the elastic slingshot. Q didn't even connect to 2 people. Was kind of split from his team also. Nightblue. So it allows red team to almost get a good team fight. Probably because of the great use of the hero's entrance that we saw from the red team mid laner. But yeah, soul point right now for blue team, already Drake to have HP. I don't think red team will be here in time. Here is Graves. No, takes the blast cone, but decides to run away once again. And this will be the infernal soul. Okay, Maokai here will probably go down. Oof! It decides to engage anyways. Flash into the Let's Bound. Does have passive available to him. It will go down. There's now 2 kills for red team. They do lose to Drake, but they do get 2 kills for themselves. Also a shutdown onto Nightblue here. So Baron has been taken, so they cannot turn into Baron. Once again, this Aatrox, man, he's just looking for plays all over whenever he has the opportunity, but always alone, never together with his team. Ends up going down once again. And now Kai'Sa engages with the killer instinct, will almost take down Kai'Sa. Oof! If that Q had landed, she would definitely have been dead. But here is Ace in the hole, and Kai'Sa actually ends up going down. What about Darius here? And Victor with some basic attacks will take down. Will get the kill out to Caitlyn. But yeah, a bit of a throw here for blue team. Probably not the best idea to engage inside the enemy team jungle when your support has just died, even though you did get soul. So play a bit more calm. I think you should be good to go at the next fight. So what you can do now is, I still think you have some seconds left on the Baron. You can push up mid, push up top lane, and then look for Baron whenever it's about to, whenever it will spawn next time. You can also do something like a 1-3-1. Darius decently strong, Victor really strong, and then just have Zac in the jungle looking for a pick whenever he can in these lanes, because you do have great ganking, or I should say engaging opportunities whenever you do have a Zac from all these kind of different angles with the elastic slingshot. But yeah, we see right now Victor pushing alone in the bot side. Can try and look for maybe a small kind of bait right here. But just looks like red team, they will try and defend the Nexus, not the Nexus, the inhibitor turret. Couple of traps placed down, a bit of vision. But how do you win the next team fight as red team? I think, oh okay, it could be a hook onto Darius here if they blow him up. But instead I think it will be the downfall of Fresh here. Engages with the killer instinct, that elastic slingshot. Nightblue has already gone down, so will Kai'Sa. It is 2 for 2 so far, I think. Not the best dive here from blue team, going way too deep. I like the enthusiasm, but I mean there's no way a Victor can follow up there. There's just no way, and Victor is your primary source of damage. We also see the Magi's spy has really not paid off right now. Back to 0 stacks on the Magi's, and I mean, yeah, that's just not great. Victor, however, manages to take down the inhibitor turret, and that is at least something for blue team here. But red team, I mean, they are holding on, even though it is an 8k, 7-8k gold lead right now. And blue team, for the love of God, just play for Baron right now. Get some vision into red team's topside jungle here, and just wait for them to contest. And then you can try and teamfight them. Don't go for these dives, because the only thing, or the only problem with the red team's carries right here, the likes of Graves, is that he doesn't have that much range, so he cannot engage on you. But if you engage on him, he has a good opportunity to deal some return damage to you. Thresh once again died. I mean, he dies as the first guy in all team fights, and so does Aatrox as the second pretty much every time. Okay, Aatrox is also going down. There's a ghost pop from Darius, takes down Caitlyn with the Noxian guillotine. That's 3 kills for blue team. They can't take the Baron. I just also think that they can just run mid right here and end the game if they want to. Collateral damage used to escape. Nightblue3 engaging right here, but I mean, this should just be game, right? 20-second desk timers on both the AD carry and the top laner from red team. They can't take down the mid inhibitor, just push for Nexus turrets right now. Instead, Kai'Sa's looking for top inhibitor. What? Nature's Grasp has been used. Flash also doesn't manage to find a kill, but they will take down the first Nexus turret. They will take down the second tier also. Another look for Nexus, maybe? Okay, we see a fight here. Engages with the Electro Station once again, flayed out of it. Will go down once again. No, the passive has been popped as the first instant in this last team fight. Darius has also gone down, so that's 2 kills. Red team here, World Ender also used. Will take down Maokai. No, Maokai will escape. Thresh going down once again. Okay, that happens every team fight. So has Aatrox. And now Kai'Sa's back again with the killer instinct. That's 2 kills, 3 kills for blue team. 3 for 3 so far. Kai'Sa, can she get a return kill? Maybe Maokai just went down a bit too early. Could probably have held his ADC here. So red team, they do manage to defend their base. They get 4 kills for themselves. A couple of very big shutdowns, including 1,000 gold from taking down Victor. I think it was actually Graves who got that shutdown. So I mean, that's just great. However, they have lost both their inhibitors. They have lost both of their Nexus turrets. So what you can do now as blue team is you can either take the Baron uncontested if you want to. If you don't want to waste any time, you just wait for mid and top lane to push in. You go straight bot lane right now. You take that inhibitor and you let the waves end the game for you. But this should be a clear end in the next push for blue team. Even though red team here, they did a great job trying to defend. Elder has, however, spawned and will. Yeah, that's obviously where we're gonna see the next fight. And this will be the last team fight of the game. Let's see here. Galio misses the taunt. Okay. Elder Drake has been started up. Nature's Grasp also used. Engage again from Zac here. Oh, a great hero's entrance. Knocks 4 people off from blue team. It has been 2 kills already for blue team here. 3 kills for red team, I should say. Only threat has gone down. We have some very low health bars. Okay, this could be a Victor Darius masterclass. 4 for 4 right now. And Darius will take down Aatrox. So 9 members dies here in the last team fight. Such a great use of Hero's entrance from the red side mid laner Galio here. Wow. Knocks up 4 people already, or almost makes it so that red team they win the fight just of that ultimate alone, even though they were down 6-7k gold lead. However, at this point death time is so long they knew that they had lost the game. Actually, death timers wasn't that long. Thresh was up in 7 seconds. Kato was in 19. I think they could have deathed it, but okay. They decided. They gave up. They didn't want to do it anymore. No, never mind. They didn't surrender the minions into the game. Okay, my bad. However, our protagonist Nightblue takes the win for himself. In the last couple of team fights, could have probably played better, but he gets the win. And I mean, I just want to say thank you for letting me catch the game, Nightblue, and once again, one of my favorite streamers. I hope to see you back more often on Twitch, and until next time, see ya.